Gordon Hepler's face ached from the smiles he'd been forced to display. Soon, as Mapleton's Chief of Police, he'd have to say his few words, and you'd better believe they'd be very few, in front of this crowd. He considered the turnout at the groundbreaking reception for the expansion of the city's community center. About 50 people, a respectable showing, although the conspicuous absence of Mapleton's neediest citizens disturbed him. They were the ones the center was designed to benefit. He understood this reception was for donors and city officials, but it still rankled. Drake Tanner, the executive director of the center, had assured Gordon he would be making every effort to include them in this event. Did distributing the leftovers to the homeless encampment count as including them? He chided himself for the uncharitable thought. Tanner had done an excellent job and had never shown the slightest indication he didn't believe in the goals of the center and its expansion. Now, Gordon made his excuses and extricated himself from Nelson Manning's small but vocal contingent, preferring the relative calm of the community center's spacious kitchen. Why Manning's supporters thought they could sway Gordon's vote at the upcoming mayoral election was beyond him. He and Manning had never seen eye to eye, and they all knew where Gordon stood. He wormed his way through the clusters of people and seasonal decorations, bales of straw, scarecrows, and a kid's wagon laden with pumpkins and assorted squashes of all sizes. The committee had vetoed Halloween, preferring a more generic fall theme. Tabletops were equally festive. Who'd guessed they'd already experienced the first snowfall of the season? Gordon trotted down the stairs to the kitchen, where workers bustled about, setting up trays of food. Sliders, wraps, and pizza bites. Cheese, fruit, and vegetables. Nuts, chips, and pretzels. His stomach growled in anticipation, the one perk of his required attendance. "Need any help, Angie? Please?" He sidled closer to his wife, co-owner of Daily Bread, who was arranging slices of apple cake onto a platter. She turned, her blue eyes twinkling. "Things getting too political out there?" "It's been that way for the last 3 weeks. This is supposed to be an uplifting community event, not another political rally." Gordon reached for a cookie. She slapped his hand away. "Not until they're on the table upstairs. And no, I don't need your help." She set the last macaron. He'd learned a lot about pastry varieties since he and Angie had married last February, onto the platter. "Wait," she said. "You can get a case of white wine from the fridge and bring it upstairs to the beverage table." "Heavy lifting. I can do that." Gordon tousled Angie's short blonde hair, earning him another teasing slap. Gordon made his way to the nearby alcove that housed the center's walk-in refrigerator and freezer. After delivering the wine to the reception area, he opted to take advantage of the restroom before he'd have to say his few words. He ducked into the short hallway and tugged the recalcitrant door open, immediately overcome by the engulfing stench. Either the plumbing had backed up, not for the first time, or someone had serious digestive issues. The blood spreading from under the stall door offered a third possibility. Calling out, "Mapleton Police!" Gordon drew his weapon. When there was no response, he grabbed a paper towel from the dispenser and used it to ease the stall door open. If he'd had any doubts, option 3 had been the correct one. Inside the stall, a man lay face down, a knife hilt protruding from his back.